Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about dating. Why have we stopped dating? So one of the things that I noticed is a big trend at this time is people or those who are discussing dating and what it means to date in this time of 2021. People aren't dating anymore. People aren't, literally setting a time to go meet at a restaurant or meet at a location with the intention that I'm here to get to know you, to determine whether or not we're a good fit for each other. And that's what dating is. Instead, we're, hooking up or, hey, what you doing? Let's watch a movie at my house. Or, it's not intentional. And I think the intention is what separates it from it just being a random activity than courting, with the intention that I want to see if we're a good fit for each other, if I like you, you like me, and we can move on to the next step. So the question is, why are we dating? Why are people no longer getting into relationships? Because we are at a time where we're all trying to protect ourselves, right? I think we have gotten so, it's been so hurtful. Social media portrays dating in a way or relationships in a certain way that makes it feel as though it's not as valuable as it used to be. People don't even want to get married. So then you have people who don't want to get married. So if you don't want to get married, why would you date? Or if you are dating, of course, it's not going to be serious. So it's so much that needs to be taken into consideration. You have to ask yourself, do I want to get married? That's a legit question, a valid question, because if you don't want to get married, you need to figure out what it is that you need from that opposite sex, or what is it that you need if it's the same sex? What is it that you are looking for? Because I think we're all getting into something with not thinking it through, or not getting into something without thinking it through. So I think that with this channel, what I want to dive into is all the important factors of dating and how to figure out who you are before you're even dating someone else. Because I think we also are in relationships when we shouldn't be. Are you financially stable? What are you in a relationship for? Just for the good time with that particular person? Or, is the end goal to be married? Because if it's to be married, then there's a lot that you as a woman need to have together, and as a man, you need to have together, right? I actually watched this video earlier today that on a podcast, and the question for the interviewee was, does a man have to be financially stable in order to start dating? And his response was, yes, you should be financially stable and at least able to take care of yourself. Not rich, but at least able to take care of yourself. And I think my response to that is different. I do think, of course, you should be able to take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, then you're looking for a mom, and we're not doing that. Nobody trying to be a mom. Okay, all right. So you need to be able to financially take care of yourself, but you also need to be able to financially take care of someone else. So you should be able to take care of yourself and then have a little more wiggle room to add someone else to the mix, because that's when we need to figure out what are your intentions of dating someone. Are you looking for someone who is going to be financially stable all of her life too, or his life? Are you going to be looking for someone who can rely on you, can depend on you, because you see yourself as that provider, you see yourself as that head of the house? Because we need to determine all of these things that we've kind of lost. We've lost value. We've lost meaning to a lot of the things that we initially thought of, right? We're in this world now where there are no gender roles. And that could be fine. I guess that can be fine. But you don't want to get to marriage and realize I thought gender roles wasn't a thing, but actually I do expect my man to do, I do expect my wife to do. You need to figure that out first. Okay? So I really feel like the dating game has gotten worse. I'm married, okay? So I met my husband online. He doesn't like to admit that. He doesn't, because at the time we met, online dating was fairly new, and but we met online, and we weren't serious at first, but we still linked up, you know. We dated too, but it was where I wasn't in the place to see him for who he was, or he wasn't in the place to see me for who I was or who I could be for him. And I think that that's another thing. Like, people change. You got to allow yourself time to change. You have to allow yourself and that person time to mature, because we could put so much emphasis on dating that you don't let the person has the potential to grow. You don't want to settle for potential, right? That's not what I wanted to do, which is why our relationship didn't start off as exactly a relationship. It really took us years, like about maybe four or 5 years of, you know, dating, and then just making just being friends, literally being friends, talking to each other through life's experiences. And later on, it just, we dated again, we tried it again, and it worked out. So I really do appreciate online dating. Right? In online dating, I actually met a lot of losers, okay? Like, I tell people to do online dating now, and they're like, oh my goodness, it's terrible, and it's never going to be great. Nothing that we're going to do, whether you go to the bar to meet them or it's never going to be, oh my goodness, the one came the day of that I went to the bar, the day of that I signed online. You're going to have to get through some people who just aren't for you. And I'm actually sorry that I said losers, because I'm not with that. I'm not with trying to degrade people for not fitting me personally, because you obviously are for someone else, and that's okay. That's, you know, whenever you decide to get serious, that person will be ready for you at that time. But for me, you are not. And I think if we can look at life that way, if we can look at people as, are you for me or not, and be completely okay with the response to that, we'll be able to date intentionally, make decisions intentionally. So I'm excited to talk about this. I'm excited to talk about all things relationship. So I'm not only into, you know, dating topics, I'm also into relationship topics, just women to women, and, you know, discussing women and men relationships, men and men relationships, and bringing the hottest topic to you, and, you know, we could dissect that. But today I just wanted to talk about dating. You know, if you haven't asked yourself, you know, what exactly is dating, and what does dating mean to you? And if it means something to you, have you been able to engage in that form of courtship, right? Because that's really what it is. Are you being courted properly, or are you just linking up to meet somebody at a bar where you can't really hear each other when you speak? Like, those kind of things. So I want to talk about, why are we not dating anymore? And why are we so fearful of being vulnerable, right? We're all so scared to just let our guard down and be free, and understand that life is all about risk. So if the end result for me is to find love, I have to risk a couple of things. I have to risk my time. I have to risk my, feelings, my heart, with the hopes that it'll turn out great. But of course, in the beginning, it's important that we screen properly. And we're going to talk about that on this channel, in screening your partner for you. But in order to screen, you need to already know what it is that you want. So, welcome. to Listen, Linda, Listen. It's going to be a nice journey. Subscribe, like, just check me out. You can follow me on Instagram at Listen, Linda, Listen. And I'm ready to take you on this journey with me. And I'm hoping that my tribe are going to be those who engage. You can feel free to ask me questions or things that you want me to look into. I am here for you. And we're going to talk more about all aspects of dating, even online dating. We're going to talk more about, you know, how I fell into my online dating and my marriage. Thank you so much for watching throughout this video. And I hope that you like, subscribe, and just stay tuned for the next one.